What's going on, guys? We're going to go over trade recap today and do a journal entry for you guys. Before I start the video, make sure to go check out my Discord. Got a free Discord link in the description and link in my bio of my YouTube. If you want to join that, feel free to join that. I'd be glad to help some of you guys completely free. Just like to help beginners out on their trading journey. I'm not profitable, so I'm not charging nothing for anything, just in the trading community where I like to help people out. But took a loss today. I'm going to go over this. We will go over. All right. 4 hour, looking pretty bullish. Looking like we're just putting in another retrace to go to all-time highs. Daily, having a nice rejection out of this daily fair value gap right here. And I really like to see daily fair value gaps hold because it kind of shows me how strong they are. And it's an actual confluence coming into the day. So we got this retrace down overnight all the way into this daily gap. And then we got this ginormous 15-minute candle at 9:45 it closed. And I really like this because we came down into this 15-minute gap and we are continuation traders, so we are looking for this to be a high time from retrace to continue back up to all-time highs. So this was looking very solid right here to continue back up to all-time highs. Putting that retrace in the low time frame, had a great displacement. So we entered right here where price was. And this was evals, so stop loss. This was evals, so I made it 1 to 1.5 just so we could pass half the eval if we won. So that's why I wasn't completely at the low. But if we look, it got completely stopped out right away. Complete crazy downside candle. See on the low time frame, completely taken out, right? So the one thing I was wondering is, could it have been these 8:30 news lows because it was very wicked on the 5-minute. Could have been a very nice draw for price to come take out. But then again, I look at this 5-minute right here, and this 5-minute rejection out of this 15-minute gap looks very solid. And then we get this very strong close up here, which made me very confident that we would at least come and take out these highs next. So we had some very nice LRL right here. Something I did notice that I would have liked to take in instead, maybe, would have been, we had a bunch of draws right here, to be honest. Like, you literally could have taken anything. This was probably the main draw. It got edged. My final TP would have probably been right there, so I would have gotten edged. But I would have been going for 1 to 1.5, so it would have been up there. But this looks very solid right here. Go back. Would have gone for something right here. See what that would have been on the 5-minute. Just a draw all around there. Say it would have been this high. Would have taken it to this high. Just made it 1 to 1.5, whatever. And this would have been the trade I would have wanted to take today. Let's see, we retraced into that gap, rejected strongly off of it, had a nice push up before confirming the bullishness, and then get these nice highs above for a break even. Would have played out very nice. Would have been TP. But not mad about my trade. Definitely something I thought would have played out, or at least get break even. But you know, we didn't, so it's whatever. But now let's go over the journal aspect of this because I feel like that's a key part in everyone's trading. It needs to be how to journal and journal correctly. Let's go here. Lost $1,000 on the account, 3 combines. We have my 1 account revived. It's a negative P&L somehow. And this, won't show me, but balance only $50. So we're gonna put these on next CPI in a month, and we're gonna continue to just trade these express accounts. Pretty solid. So that's the plan for those. But yeah, let's journal this trade real quick. So you go to my journal, go right here. Everything typed out. Feel free to copy my settings or whatever. So first thing I like to do is my pre-market analysis. What was I thinking before market open? Price has been bullish. row price has been bullish the past couple of days. We've had a nice retrace in the daily for rally up overnight, so I'm expecting continuation longs towards all-time highs. Normally want to write this before market open, just so like you get it in your brain. Like I like to do it before market open because then it's like, all right, I'm only taking this. But yeah, all right. Go to the next one. Price open. Alright, just wrote what happened today, pretty much what I just told you guys. Price open up, retracing in the 15-minute, rejected that gap in the daily gap, and then I took my entry off the 15-minute closure, and then we stopped me out and dumped. And price dumped completely insane. And yeah, nothing I could really do about that. Very crazy dump. This is where I took my entry, by the way. Somewhere over here, right here. Dump. But I didn't really see any draws lower, especially inside the daily gap, so I did not take anything. Or I didn't want to take anything lower. Alright. High time frame target. Alright, we said all-time highs are drawing liquidity. We know it's very high probability to get hit as long as we have the right setup. Yep, pretty simple, pretty simple. Looked very good. Fifteen-minute conditions look very good. We've retraced into the gap and rejected very strongly to the upside. After that, we had a very displacing candle closure. Bang. All right. Retrace into a daily gap overnight. We also retrace into the 15-minute gap, which we rejected very nicely. Bang. Simple. Invalidation. Wow. All right, so we had a very strong 15-minute closure where I took my entry. Had a lot of volume up just happened in the gap, although it was a top blast, it was a high time frame retrace. So a top blast is something like literally nothing right here, like normally you want to see like on the 1 minute. Here we go, got a retrace of something right next to it. 15-minute, not much to the left of us, but if you're going like the hourly, yes, we had stuff next to us. 30-minute, yes, we had stuff next to us. It looks like an actual retrace. So high time frame looked like a retrace. You would find me doing this in like the 15-minute, but like let's say you took this on the 1 minute all the way up here, that's a top blast. You hate that. You do not want to take that. Outcome slash reasoning. We just had a bearish. Damn. Okay. So we had a bearish day in the market. We were pumping for so long, so is that due at some point that we would just have a loss in a red day in general? When you look at the daily, like it's due for a retrace at some point way lower than this, maybe down to like here. But yeah. Only other thing, I can't really say much, man. I really thought it would be a good trade up here. Maybe we need a deeper retrace like this. Like I think this looked pretty solid. Um, but I really like that in the daily gap. Nothing to complain about today's trade. Something I would definitely most likely take again, depending on the conditions. But yeah, can I improve? So, bro, this is a weird trade. It's something I've seen play out and would definitely take again, but it felt weird losing it. Felt like it was meant to go lower when I entered. Pretty much, it's just a psychological thing. Like when I entered and I saw it starting dumping, it was like, all right, I feel like I've seen this play out many times before, where entered on top last, just anything in general like this, and it just started dumping right away. So I'm definitely going to journal that. And what I do with all of my journal entries is I will go over all my losses and wins at the end of the week or at the end of the month, and then I will try and figure out problems with them and try and figure out something I'm repeating over and over and over again, and I can just mitigate that entire problem and get rid of it, and it'll improve my trading career. Bang. So my emotions were fine. Definitely a little more nervous because I was on 5 accounts and I've only been on one before, but nothing I think I would not be ready for. I know I can definitely handle my emotions. Bang. That's how you journal, guys. Just had a great journal entry. And then finally at the end, I will do this. Bang. 15-minute. Bang. 1 hour. I like the daily because we can see the gap. Bang. Daily. So you normally want to do, like, let's say you take a 1 minute, you want to do your 1 minute and maybe your 4 minute and then 1 hour, 4 hour, whichever one's better for your draw and liquidity. But I just did 15 minutes as the lowest because that's where I took my entry off of. I don't really care about the time frame lower than that. I'm just uploading them in. Man, I like to grade my trade at the end just so I can see how I feel like I'm doing myself. Like it's not like I'm trying to actually grade myself and grade the trade I took. So like for this, I'd say it's a B plus. Not something I might start taking again, just because I feel like I don't like the type of trade, and I'm definitely going to study it and look at if I've seen it play out before. But at the same time, I feel like we had a really solid draw here. We had a nice overnight retrace into the daily gap, and I felt like it was all meant to be and play out. Only thing I did note was the 8:30 lows. Like I said, it was on the 5 minute. 1 minute we swept just barely, but over here, but on the 5 minute, kind of made that low. Maybe we wanted to take it out, and then we just had a red day in general. But that's about it for the video for you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for some more trading content, and feel free to join my Discord in the description or in my YouTube bio. Free Discord to try and help some of you guys out learn how to trade. Peace out.